I'm Tom Burns, and this is my sourdough starter. This is a sourdough starter I use to make my sourdough bread. It's really easy to maintain. Take a look in there, let's see. Look at that, look how bubbly it looks and active. So what I do is I take this sourdough starter, take 80 grams of it into this other jar with 160 grams of flour and 160 grams of water. And it starts right here at this level of rubber band, but overnight while I'm sleeping, it's getting active and it grows double in size. So now this is what they call levain, and this is what I use to start my actual sourdough. And this is for 4 loaves of bread. Big difference between the two. This one smells really sour because I just feed it a little bit every day. But obviously with this one, I put a lot more flour and water to kind of mix it up to get it all active. And you can see all the bubbly action happening there. Let's take a view from this side. Ooh, bubbly. So yeah, so now how I maintain my sourdough starter. I don't have to worry about this card because I bake bread every day. So what I do is, since I'm discarding 80 grams from here, I put back in 40 grams of flour and 40 grams of water and just mix it up. That's all I do. Very simple process to keep your sourdough starter going. And it's kind of fun. We named our sourdough starter Cheryl, kind of an inside joke. Cheryl started in the middle of March when we started shelter in place. Started out with just some flour I had in the house. I have no idea how old it was. And just added water, flour, mixed it up, let it sit overnight. And then did the same thing the next day. Added some flour, water, let it sit overnight. And eventually, as you keep adding water and flour, it's gonna outgrow the jar. So you discard some, you put some more flour and water in equal parts, and you keep mixing. Now, something I did do, because I wasn't sure how old my flour was, I did use water that I rinsed with grapes, because there's yeast that lives on grapes. So I rinsed that. So I rinsed the grapes to get somewhat yeasty water to kind of help it along, and it turned out fine. Now that I've actually gone to the store and bought more flour, I only use organic stuff in here and unbleached because you don't want anything with chemicals or any kind of remnants of bleach, because what's living in here is yeast and bacteria are living in here, and you don't want to put anything in there that's going to hinder that growth. So anything that was bleached, bleach kills yeast and bacteria. And if it's organic, it's probably going to give Cheryl a better life. So yeah, that is my sourdough starter. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, because that's a thing. Yeah, that's my sourdough. And for water that I use, I don't use tap water because that most likely has chlorine in it. I use filter water from our Berkey right there.